Welcome to our final side quest. Tellus, my lad. During your 5 months between the tribunal, Tellus has been hard at work with Blackstaff trying to develop a cure to the madness, as you put it. And he has been working hand in hand with Blackstaff and Anastasia to try and develop this. You've gotten to know the research and development department better over these months, but not as well as you probably would have liked to, because many of them are very unpersonable. Even as introverts, these individuals are even more introverted than normal introverts. Many of them very much are so focused in the mathematics and the science of creating, inventing new things in the magical realms or with clockwork devices, that is basically the thing that gets them going, not so much social interactions or other types of how would you say, rewards in society. You know, they're not much for status. They're not much for these other accolades that are out there. So that has been what's been going on for a bit. But what in particular do you want to do, Tellus? Who do you want to talk with? Who do you want to work with during this time? It is open to you.
I would say mostly Blackstaff. Mm-hmm. I think I did ask Ralia to help a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe I don't know if I would ask Ari. That'd be a bit weird, but maybe I might ask Eve.
Okay.
Just, a few sendings here and there.
Yeah.
Hey, what was your madness experience like, et cetera, et cetera.
Sure. So you're able to schedule these meetings, and they even come to see you over time, or you go out to see them over the weeks that occur. The individual with Ralia that has it ends up, as you know, as a player, he can reproduce it, but he doesn't understand how it works yet by the end of the 5 months. That is still very much the process that happens with him to stay consistent. Eve, I rolled for. She's able to tell you the story that you're familiar with. How she fought Ragnorum, then she went into that unconscious realm, and she was in this state of continual fighting until she was awoken all these months later by Ralia entering her thoughts. She rolled very high for her medicine.
Let's go.
Check. That's closing in on a 30, I believe, if not more.
Oh my god.
I don't have it in front of me. She rolled really high.
Thanks, Eve.
Let me see where I have for my characters, actually. Let me go exactly, because that could be a big difference maker. There's Eve. You little bugger, you. Medicine. Yeah, it's a 34.
Oh.
She rolled a natural 17. She has a plus 17 to medicine.
Oh, okay.
So I would say your work with Eve goes really well. Blackstaff, not as much. I rolled really poorly with Blackstaff.
That's okay.
You guys hit a lot of walls, especially because she's so busy. You find her, she is pulled in many directions, one of which she's actively training Tyrion as well during this process. So that pulls away a lot of her free time. And she's managing the issues that are going on inside Waterdeep, tracking Mansoon, and trying to keep all of her responsibilities with the Grey Hand and the Atulian Alliance in order. She just deprioritizes this one to Anastasia, who is very boring. And she, to put it lightly, she doesn't find much interest so much in the cures department. She finds it more in the weapon making department and magical breakthroughs. This type of stuff is more like she believes should be handled by clerical folks and stuff like that. It's not her alley, and being designated by Blackstaff to handle it just doesn't click. It's nothing mean or rude. It's just one of those things where it's like, it didn't work out. What are you going to do? Right? It's just sometimes it doesn't work. So you end up spending a fair amount of your time with Eve inside Nature's Hold and Eve coming to Waterdeep to try and understand it, as the both of you as you no longer have the markings of madness, and she still actively has them on her. She explains her experiences with them to you in detail, and she does find it interesting where you once had them. Now it is almost completely faded from your skin. It's like a light white scarring at this point at best on your skin that you really have to look for, as it's back to blending in with your bronze-ish skin tone.
Did her experience receiving the madness mimic what mine was?
No.
Because we both got it from Ragnar, right?
Yes. Hers was very different. Yours, you touched whatever that thing was on his chest, and you had a dialogue. She just got it and went into a coma when she was attacked.
Right. Yeah, I was talking to one of those bone creatures, right?
I believe so.
Yes.
And that is something she is not familiar with and has not seen before. The only other person to describe such a creature to Eve was Aerie.
Okay, so I would have to follow up with him.
At some point. I mean, you could try and get him in the call, but that's up to you. I'll give him a quick, interesting... Let me see.
Tellus wants to talk to you.
Oh, wait, but he just might not be available.
That's fine.
Because think about it. You guys were traveling for 5 months, the other group. You're in the volcano and you're out and about. Yeah, so no, I'm actually... I'll hold on to that for now. We'll see.
I can send him a message.
I sent him a message. Don't worry about it. We'll see.
Okay, great. Then yeah, that's
I'll
great.
just see if he's free, and then see if he wants to answer your question. If not, we'll have to save it for post 5-month tribunal, just because for timing to work out potentially.
That's fine.
But what else did you want to know? With such a high message check, the nature of the virus or the disease is very difficult to clamp down on, even with such a high roll for Eve. She makes the same progress that Dead Crow did faster, that she can reproduce the cures per se, or at least slows it down, mitigating. But to try and figure out what's actually causing it is very difficult, as what it would need is testing individuals and seeing how basically clinical trials is what you can do, and no one's really okay with causing more people to be infected with madness, nor how could you infect people with madness unless you were utilizing madness creatures to infect individuals.
Is there like an enclave of madness folk that might be ravaging an area to clear out? Maybe we could,
There are individuals that are in custody. For certain, there are madness individuals in custody. Skoberheim has the largest proportion of them, of madness individuals in Skoberheim.
What about Minna?
Minna does have a fair amount, so you could spend time exploring Minna during these many weeks to see if you could run into any madness creatures inside there, north of the divide, or the parallel.
Yeah, I think I'd like to try that.
Give me an investigation check.
Um, 12.
Struggling to find anything this side of the border. I would say it appears that nothing gets through the blockade that has been built by the Skober army that divides the city in half. So anything you have to get would come from the shores that don't seem to be getting here.
Okay. There's no reports from any of our allies of any madness skirmishes or anything like that?
You can go look through Grey Hand documents to go do that. Give me another investigation check.
Okay. 13. Not much better.
13. Well, with access, you have decent access to the stuff. What you hear is there's no active skirmishes happening, but they do have a couple in detention centers from what they have. The majority of them went missing from an event at the crossroads. They don't understand where all the madness creatures went, but they do have a few madness-infected humans that are still here.
Okay, and then I'd like to just, I guess, investigate these individuals, see what the condition might be like, and then perhaps see if they'd allow me to administer some of these cures.
Give me a perception check, a persuasion check, and a medicine check.
Perception is 24.
Okay.
Persuasion is 34.
Ooh.
It's plus 15. I rolled a 19. And what was the medicine?
Yes.
You wanted? Okay. It's not nearly as good. 13.
Okay.
Horrible.
Seeing the 3 captives they have in here, they all look to be in rough shape. It looks like the madness has definitely taken them over for quite some time. You see familiar murmurings between the individuals. Actually, I'm not sure if you've experienced them as much as Ari has and the other group has.
Mm-hmm.
But you can hear one individual muttering, "It is coming," over and over again. Another one, you can hear just constant shrieks and freaking out like it's seeing something that isn't there. And one individual keeps reciting something about 3 for 1. He keeps talking about 3 for 1. They have the markings of madness on them. You can see how it crawls around and infects their eyes. These are individuals that aren't coma state. These are the ones that are more active and aggressive. But in the human form, it appears it dominates them so much. It's not the same as what you've seen with the lizard folk. The lizard folk are very aggressive, and it's almost like they are armed by the madness. Where this is very disarming with the madness. It's very much breaking down.
Yeah, it's just like a psych ward situation, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Is there one of these folks that's not as the least mad?
The "it is coming" individual is just fetal position back and forth saying that. That's the least aggressive of all of them.
Talk to him.
Okay.
Hey there. I hear something is coming.
He continues to repeat himself. "It is coming. It is coming." And he's far off, fetal position, completely flat to the floor. His eyes look terrible. It's that classic, like, "I've been up for 2 months" type of look.
Yeah. Is there anyone around, or is it just me in this center? Is it like guarded, or?
It is guarded. There are Greyhand and Waterdeep guards here. They have full plate armor on the guards. The Greyhand that watch. One is from a representative from the research and development, and they just do observations. The other is an anti-caster to make sure nothing goes wrong, and the guards are there to also make sure nothing goes wrong or they escape. People bring in food to the individuals. They don't eat the food typically, and they don't die though. They don't drink water and they don't eat food, but you don't see them dying, which is part of the
weirdness.
Paradox? Yeah, the weirdness of the condition.
Okay. I'll ask one of the observers.
Yeah.
Does this person have a family? Am I okay to administer this medicine? Will that ruin any experimentation or observation you are doing here?
No. If you have permission to use such a medicine, it's above us. We know that there's been plenty of trials with it, and we have not received any word whether or not it is okay or not okay. We're at a stalemate with these, and I would believe it'd be in our best interest to observe what might happen with whatever you have there.
All right, then I will attempt to administer with one of these, the least aggressive one that I was just with.
Okay. As you try, you put his head back as he does not resist you trying to reposition him so he doesn't choke, and you start pouring it down, and he's still talking. It is coming as he's choking on the liquid going down.
Yeah, and can I use my healing hands as I'm doing this?
Sure.
Not that it is gonna actually really do anything. I don't think. But I'll read the feature just so you know.
Yeah, please.
If I can find it.
Mm-hmm.
Crap. Lay on hands. That's what it is. Sorry.
Yep.
You have a pool of healing power that can restore 25 HP.
Yep.
As an action, you can touch a creature to restore any number of HP remaining in the pool, or 5 HP to either cure a disease or neutralize a poison affecting that creature. So, I guess I would just use 5 of that HP to kind of try to, imbue that in with the administration. If that makes any sense.
Yes. As you apply it, you see it starts to quiet him, and he stabilizes a little bit, but he still has the madness markings. He does not come to. He is not lucid yet. But I would like you to make an intelligence check.
Okay. Ooh, 18. I rolled high on that one.
Knowing your magic, and even feeling the presence of Halal guiding you through this, your magic isn't prevented from working. That's not what's happening. It's not like this is something else. So that teaches you something about what this really is. If none of the things on that feature are affected, that means it's not any of those things on the feature.
Got it. So it's not a poison, it's not a disease, it's just some other condition. And we do not know the source.
It's something.
But that is helpful.
Yeah, I would say that's a big win right there with all those rolls. That is
helpful. Yeah, it's definitely helpful. Right. That's good to know. I'll report that actually. My findings, I'll say, to the observation research folk. I administered the medicine, as you saw, and I also imbued some healing magic from the goddess Halal, and I did not feel any resistance to the magic, which tells me that were it a disease, a sickness, or a poison, that would have cured it. But as you can see, the person still remains in the same condition, so there's probably some other source of this condition.
She thanks you. She writes it down. She takes it all in with the logical, emotionless discipline that you've come to recognize in many of the research division. And you see her look to him and goes, "This is great information. We have very much been approaching it like it was one of all 3 of those things. This is very clear why we've been at a standstill. If it is none of those things, that's why none of our processes would be working. I will continue to... I'll relay this information on, and we will restructure how we are approaching our research."
You guys are doing great. I'd just like to say that. I'm going to go do some more research of my own, maybe on the more divine aspect of things, and see what I can find.
Nods. Understood.
Yeah, they're not even worth trying to joke with like this.
They get it. Like when you're like, I'm going to go talk to the divine, like this is a very smart avenue. There's like,
yes,
this is if something is beyond logic, then the next would be to try and talk to divinity. This is what is logical. It's like, it's fucking
God, they're such nerds.
You know, they're the biggest nerds.
Yes. I would like to go to... our the statue of myself.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of location is that? Is that like a holy location, or is it more just like, hey, this is remembrance of these important people?
Yes, and it was
Is it very open?
Yeah, it was at your bar. It's outside your mansion. They were made there by Yavanna, and she put them out there in remembrance during your guys' long absence when you went and fought Orlith and then traveled the world. That's why they were made, and people were trying to remember your guys' memory. Now they're much more frequent. They've been cleaned and shined up, and you get more frequent visitors to it outside. It's more of an attraction now that you literally saved Waterdeep multiple occasions.
All right. I'm going to do a prestidigitation.
Sure.
And kind of like not deface, but like kind of like make some of them look goofy. So the one on like which statues are shown again?
So basically on the pathway towards the opening of the bar, there's 3 statues to the left and 3 statues to the right. They're separated out, and it's of Eulyris, of Shalmir, Tellus, Charnuk, Orhana, and Tyrion. Yeah.
All right. I'll do the one on the right. Okay. Can we have it just be in that order, just because like it's easier that way for the sake of easiness? Okay. Right. So for Tyrion, I'll do my presto to give him a funky looking monocle.
Yep.
For you said what's her name? Orhana, I'll give her a mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Thick mustache, like Charlie Chaplin style.
Perfect.
And on what was the last one? Shalmir?
Yeah.
Oof. I'll give him a little yarmulke-esque looking hat.
Sure.
To kind of like make it look a little less serious.
Yeah.
Great. I'll do all that. And I'd like to sit in prayer.
Okay.
I'd actually like to thrust my scimitars at the base of my statue,
mm-hmm.
and just kind of sit in the middle of them all and like meditate and kind of pray to Halal in that way.
When you were defacing the statues, you felt the warmth of her presence smiling
right.
over you while you were doing it. Now taking this meditation, you can see aspects of where you stabbed in your scimitars. The ice starts to grow out and around the statue and up to a point, but up to your feet, as it adds this another artistic layer on it, almost like a flower made of ice, where instead of where the rose petals would be rounded, they're more pointed and sharp, and it gives yours a beautiful display. As you can feel the presence of Halal there. She's not talking to you per se, but you certainly feel her warmth trying to guide you.
It has been some time, and I've been reflecting on some of the words you have spoken to me. I have been under the impression that I am walking the path of hope, and the path that opposes this madness, and I'm sure you've seen the effort I've been putting in to try and counteract this. I used some of your magic today to try and help someone, and it while it was not resisted, it did not work. And I believe it is very important to try to create some sort of cure. Perhaps by magical means, perhaps otherwise. And I need guidance because I'm at my wit's end with this.
Go ahead and make a religion check.
Okay. Natural 20? I'm not kidding you. I got a natural 20 plus 11 is 31. I can even take a screenshot.
Should save that. Put it in a frame.
You beat the game!
That was it, Dad. Then he just came home finally. All right.
Boom. Look at that.
Shit. That's awesome.
I beat the game.
As your eyes close, you can see yourself in your mind. You see yourself walking through where you are currently from the streets, and then the busy streets fade away of Waterdeep, and then you find yourself back inside the underground fortress where you fought Ragnorum for a brief moment, and that memory comes to you as you were about to be killed by Ragnorum as he was coming down on you with his blades, and that slowly falls away. You think about when you first got into Skoberheim and you were playing music for just trying to get by to make money, and that goes away, and some of your memories of melody, of your uncle, of your parents slide in and out. Actually, with that 31, yeah, I gotta find something. That was a wowza roll. Yeah, here it is. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, I spelled that wrong. High five, read. Thanks, autocorrect. Deldrick. I have it as Dra Elderic. Dra Elderic. I like Deldrick better. It's fine. It is what it is. I'm trying to find the quotations of something. Your memories shift to another time that come to your head. And you see both your mother and your father, and both their hands on your shoulders. You see your father in one of the most vulnerable appearances you've ever recalled at this point. Same with your mother. They look tired. They look exhausted. And you see your father look you directly in the eyes, and he goes, Tellus, not a single day goes by where we don't think of you. You have made us the proudest parents in Zenya. You will forever be our smile, Tellus. We love you. And both your mother and your father embrace you. And as You guys release. Your father turns to you and goes, "Go!" As you burst out the back side of your house, you find yourself outside your town once again. The town has these purple and black fires all across it, and you can hear this familiar acclamation of voices and growls all throughout your village as you sprint up the hill to find a wounded elf woman that you recognize as Melody looking to you. And as she is holding her chest and trying to administer some healing, you come up and you're able to lay on hands, heal some of her. She thanks you, and you see her motion and be like, "We have to go to Deldrick's place." The two of you rush off to try and find Deldrick. Oh, shit. And you come upon your uncle in the agreed upon place where you guys were coming, and you see him with his scimitars out, his blood all over his body, his armor opened up, and you can see this Valkyrie in all black scaled armor with these purple glowing eyes as your uncle is currently battling one of these individuals. And as you show up, you see him turn and he casts a banishment spell as the Valkyrie disappears for a brief moment. And you see him motion towards you as he's coming, and you guys go inside the room. And he closes the door. He looks to you, and Melody's freaking out, trying to heal him, and you're trying your best, and he's pushing you both off, and he's like, enough. It's too late for me now, Tellus. You can see markings of madness going all throughout his chest and over his body as blood coming out of him. I gotta get some dramatic music going. Oh man.
No, that's what I'm gonna find. Oh my god. So like however many months later, I'll be like, oh, so that's why. Like, great. Great. So he's alive and has madness. Awesome. Oh god. That would have been pretty crazy though when don't worry, I'm not gonna tell anybody.
Yep.
But
I figured
when it
found here would just end up being something you just sat on and weren't sure how to present yet.
Yeah. And then everyone's gonna show up. Like, we'll meet him, hopefully, and not die. And then be like, oh shit, he's just fuck. That's bad.
Let's go to music.
Shit, was he fighting a Madness Valkyrie?
Yes, you can definitely.
Oh god.
You can definitely.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It did not look good, let me tell you.
Oh, it doesn't sound better.
All right.
Oh god.
Yeah, this is much more the tone for this.
Oh no.
Had to happen at some point.
It did. Thanks for the cello. Makes it at least a little bit better.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Melody that banishes the Valkyrie. He doesn't have the ability to do that. She's the one that saves your uncle, is Melody. as he was about to die. My apologies. She has become quite the wizard. All right. So as he is bleeding, and you can see the madness slowly starting to go across his body. Oh shit! I gotta look for another thing. I think I got the name right. I just want to make sure I give you the right one, because if I mess that up, it's going to be super annoying for you. Yeah, no, I have it right. The other one's okay. Go back to here. This is where I was. Okay. There's so much. I don't want to fuck it up. All right. As he's bleeding inside this room, you can see most of the room has been destroyed and messed up at this point, and his breaths are getting hollower and hollower. You can see his eye color slowly starting to change. But as Melody and you are trying to do something, he tries to shake you off, and the two of you are insistent that you're not going to leave him. And he pushes you back, and he goes, No. Tellus. You have a responsibility, Tellus. We stick to the plan with or without me. We all knew what we were getting into. You find Terra and get to the portal. Melody has been at your side ever since, and she'll continue to guide you if it's the last thing she does. Terra will be here in no time. You get a head start, and she'll take you where you need to be. Again, you express how you don't want this to happen, that you're unwilling to move on without your uncle, that your uncle has been the very thing that has saved you from so much of this world. And he responds, Tellus, you cannot give up now. Just because I cannot continue the journey. I've had my time, boy. There is so much of your story left to write. As he begins to reach out, but seeing all the blood on his hand, especially since it's stained a different color, he starts to bring it back. No matter what happens, I will be with you. We all will be. Even when your body falls and your mind fades, everyone who shaped you lives on through your actions. That's why you are chosen. That's why you are the voice of Halal. You may have run from it, but it is your destiny. You can't outrun it, Tellus, as I can't outrun mine. I am proud of you. You are the son I never had. You are one of a kind. You set the world on fire. You will never disappoint us, Tellus. This is your story to finish. You will never forget us. You will never forget who you are, who your people are. We will not be slaves. We will not be destroyed. For you are champion. You are champion of Halal. You are. And that's where the vision begins to fade, and it fades back to that other memory you had when you touched Terra, her wielding two of these swords with these stars on their hilts as she's fighting madness creatures, and again the madness Tarask that is coming in the background as Melody is with you, getting you towards this blue portal that as you approach it, your uncle grabs your wrist and goes, "Going somewhere, Tellus? Always running from your problems," as he tries to stop you. But this time in the memory you see Melody shoot out a finger of death spell at him that he goes to he still has his hand on you, but he takes the other one to stop the spell that's coming towards him. And at that you actually see Terra turn towards you, and she basically body checks you into the portal. And at that is when you find yourself in just this white void, this long, endless white void, a memory that you have remembered before, and the one that was just like, fuck, when you don't know what to do, when it just, everything started to disappear. And that is what you initially see from the vision with that. And you hear the voice of Halal. "My dear Tellus, there's so much I wish to show you, so much to tell. But I am too weak. I try my very best to show you what I can. But time is not on our side. No, Tellus, I am proud of you, and that you are on the right path. If you are at your wit's end, know that even the darkest night leads to the new dawn." As you open your eyes, you do see in front of you a frozen star in the shape of your symbol, but instead of just being 2D, it goes in all directions, sort of like the head of a mall, but it's very thin, it's star-like. It's not quite your symbol, but it's similar to it, and that is out in front of you, unmelting at the moment. As you come to from your memory, and as you are graced by the presence of Halal.
It's just the star?
Yep, in front of you.
Can I reach out and touch it?
Certainly.
What happens?
As you touch the star, it feels extremely fragile inside your hand, and you feel something familiar, different from Halal's touch on you there. It feels of home.
Hello? Nothing.
Nothing seems to respond, no. Even in your hand, you feel like this thing is as fragile as a Christmas ornament made out of balsa wood. maybe less, even less than balsa wood. This thing is fragile inside your hands. Like you're struggling right now to maintain not crushing it in your hand.
Oh. What do I do with this? Oh, man. Well, okay, Star. I don't know what to do with you, but maybe, I'll take you back to that person and see if we could help.
Okay, so do you get up?
Yes.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
19.
You're like, ah! Pushing the away right now, just focusing on this shit. You're like, ah! Okay, where are you going with it?
Another one. Okay.
No, where are you going though? You got up, so now where are you going? And then you will get another one, but
I'd like to go back to the that research location with those folks.
okay. Certainly that is going to be quite a distance, so good luck.
Oh, okay, wait. Like where exactly in town am I?
You're
like,
in front of the mansion right now. You're home.
Okay. How close is Grit's store?
15-minute walk, I believe.
I'd like to go back into the mansion actually.
Okay.
After getting up and see if there's any like cushy, like if there's any boxes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we have a box laying around.
Certainly.
And then I'd like to see if there's any like cushy padding, pillows, anything like that that I can rest this thing in.
Okay, give me another sleight of hand check.
All right, Miss Little Star. Would you like to hear a joke today? Why do dwarves have such big nostrils? You don't know? Well, it's because they have big fingers.
That's funny. That's good.
Alright. Okay, let's use the inspiration. D10, alright. I got a fucking 8.
Wow.
Yeah, I rolled a 3.
Brutal. So
I rolled a 3 on my sleight of hand and
around
3
to
on
say
my
a
inspiration.
and you're like, okay, as you go to lean down to, like, you got the box, you have the box, and you're still holding this in one hand,
Yeah.
and you're like, you're trying to grab shit with one hand and try and put the cushy stuff in there, and it's just one of those things where it just won't fucking stick, and you're like... So you're just trying to put it in, and it comes to one of those things where you just unconsciously, because you're squeezing with this, you squeeze with this, and
No!
crack. You shatter it.
No!
That's great.
Oh no! Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh my god. Oh my god, she's gonna kill me. I'll put the pieces and shards, if there are any, into the box.
As you start falling from
It's
your
not the same!
you hear in your head a familiar voice go, "It was a dream come true to see you again, Tellus. The Raven Queen doesn't know I can contact you now, but I have to be careful. My messages have to be brief. You can't reply to this message."
Melody?
It is the voice of Melody.
I broke you! No! I broke Melody!
I want to play a happy part for you, you piece of shit! You piece of shit! I want to tell jokes and have fun! D&D sucks!
This is what happens when you say, DM, just do whatever with my character backstory.
Alright.
I'm gonna make it as sad and tragic as possible.
Sometimes.
I'm gonna make the happiest, liveliest character the most sad backstory I can.
Don't worry, it's great because, like, as you were happy because you don't remember anything. The more it comes, the worse it is.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Tell us another memory. Nope. I'm good.
Nope, I'm good.
Good. No.
More amnesia, please.
Where's that Ralia lass? I bet she's busy.
Erase my mind forever.
What would you like to do now?
I'd like to find a jeweler.
Okay. Easy enough.
Do you make custom rings?
Yes, of course. What would you like?
Could you embed this into a ring, please? I'll open
Oh,
the
absolutely.
box.
What an interesting. As he goes and touches it, like shatters again. Just as he just touches like some of the broken shards in there, it's like, oh, yes, we can easily. You don't. As long as you're okay with us, obviously working it into all the steelwork of the ring. Do you have a particular metal you want this fused with? Silver.
The strongest thing you have. Actually, you know what? I'll be back with something for you.
Oh, sure, certainly. Do you want to take this with you, or do you want us to keep it here?
I'll take it with me, thank you. It's quite fragile.
Yes, I can see that. Certainly. I'll see you soon, sir.
Yes. And I'd like to contact Shalmir. Is he around? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just make sure.
Yeah, Shalmir didn't really go anywhere, if I recall.
Just have to make sure. I think he said.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, he was doing it. Oh, he did. He did go places.
He did a forge quest, right?
Yeah, he went to Fanlin.
Yeah.
He went to Fanlin by the end of the quest, but he's still around doing research, I can say, here and there. So timelines can cross where he's still in town. So sure.
Okay, that's fine. Great. Shalmir, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Tellus. It's good to see you. What is it that you need?
First, I have a joke. Two humans walk into a bar.
Yes.
The halfling walks under it.
That was a good one.
Thank you, Shalmir. Would you like another one? I promise. Last one before I go.
Certainly.
What's irritating, doesn't go away, and makes you miserable?
Oof, I have many answers for this. What is it, Tellus?
Give me one of your answers, please.
Stupid. Well, the absence of all these forges. Where are they all? All these things are very irritating to me not to know where they are.
That's a way too long of an answer.
Yes, this is why I don't do the jokes.
A lich. Get it? It's like an itch, but like a lich. No?
Nope, that is good too. I laughed.
Okay. Maybe I'll workshop that one. Maybe a bit too personal. Okay. Great. Anyway, I'm not here just to tell jokes. So, could you help me out with some metal smithing?
Absolutely.
So I have this, and I'll show him.
Beautiful.
Please don't touch it. It's quite fragile. Like, ridiculously fragile.
Okay.
I would like to get this embedded in some jewelry. And I was talking to the jeweler in town. He was saying that it is possible, and it could be worked into the metal. I'd like to make a ring out of it, potentially maybe more. And I'd like to know what the strongest metal you could make would be. It's only fitting for something so fragile.
Well, I believe I can make just about anything short of adamantite.
What would you recommend for something special, dedicated to someone, but hardy and sportive?
Mithril, probably.
That's a beautiful...
Mithril, titanium, tungsten steel. Those are probably the three strongest underneath adamantite that I could work with. Adamantite is something I don't know how is made, but hopefully someday I will figure that out.
Alright. I quite like the idea of mithril. Could you work on some mithril for me? Could you forge some? Enough to make a ring?
Yes.
I can't imagine you'd need to make much.
For a ring, easily enough, but you'd have to go get mithril. I'm sure you could purchase it somewhere.
Right. Any suggestions? Are there any Oris in town? Do you know?
I believe so. I'm still getting acclimated with my surroundings, but some of the places I've gone, the shops do have supplies of it. Mithril in particular is a material that's typically sought after by the both enchanters and individuals that want the highest quality of materials. You could probably ask Grit if they have any from Adam the West shop, or the Grey Hand if they know where they're keeping their deposits of mithril, and potentially buy it off them.
Right. Thank you for the information. I'll hopefully be back with some mithril for you.
You got it.
And I'd like to check Grit's store.
Yep. Grit does have mithril. It's about 250 gold pieces an ounce.
Grit, do you know how much you would need to forge enough to make a ring out of this stuff? I have no idea what I'm working with here.
Yeah, I'm familiar with this type of stuff, Tellus. Let me see here. Typically, these things weigh somewhere between 3 and 7 ounces, depending about how pure the material is. Mithril is lighter than gold is, and gold is normally around those same. So if you were to make a ring, and since you have much bigger hands, it would be shying towards the 6 to 7 ounce size, but it's lighter. So it'd probably be you need 6 ounces of mithril to try and form a ring. That would run you 1,500 gold pieces.
Okay. I'll have to check the bank, I think. I don't have that money on me, but, Oh, I do?
You're fucking filthy rich.
Oh, I must not have updated my currency then.
Remember you guys fought the...
I do, I just...
You got like 100,000 platinum.
Yeah, I just...
And you also have your checking deposit as well. I don't even think Tellus spent much of that, if any.
I don't think he did either, yeah.
The original first 10 episodes.
The original, like, 10k or whatever, yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you're somewhere in the realm of, like, $60,000 to $110,000 on Tellus's person. Okay. So,
I wouldn't have it on me, though. Like, I would use a bank.
I would hope so. I hope Tellus is financially responsible.
Yeah.
I might not have any memories, but Tellus is fiscally sound.
Definitely sound. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, then we'll just say that I went to the bank, came back, bought it, 1,500 gold down, and I'll make a note of it, but I'd have to go back and figure out how much money I actually have, because I really don't know.
Yeah, Charnook has 1,600 platinum pieces, I'm pretty sure.
Jesus Christ.
600 is in his inventory today.
Okay, 1,600 platinum?
He's the most irresponsible with his money, so I find it very hard to believe you don't have at least that much.
Got it. So that's what, like 150 platinum? Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For that, 150 platinum. Yes. To pay for this, easy. Yeah.
Okay. Easy peasy.
That's the whole reason why you guys go on these quests. That's the whole reason you get money, is so you can pay for things you want.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
Yeah, it's funny. Tellus doesn't usually want anything, oddly enough.
Yeah. I want answers. After a few answers, I want no more answers. No more answers. Yeah. I need things now. I got too many answers. Now I gotta buy things to feel better.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
Right. Okay. There you go, Grit. All right. Thank you so much for the help. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll see you at the bar.
Yeah. Thank you for your service.
You have the mithril, and Shalmir can easily make the mithril using his smithing as he forges a ring inlaid with your with the glass.
Great.
Oh yeah, that's a natural 20.
Oh my God, he did.
Yeah, not a problem. He does a fantastic job, and as it forms into, you can see all these different like waves of white lines through it that it almost looks like when snow blows. You know how you get that dusting effect in the air? It looks like that white twisting dusting of shapes all throughout the mithril of the ring. Mithril can be in many colors, I believe. So let me just...
Yeah, I think it can be like very blue as well, if I'm not mistaken. That's actually part of the reason I chose it, and because it shares the same starting letter as Melody.
Yep. So mithril blue with all these waves of white inside it, and your ring is formed. So you can add a ring of mithril worth 1,500 gold pieces to your inventory.
Nice. I converted it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one more thing I'd like to do, actually.
Yes?
I'm saying to you, sorry.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I don't know if I have this as a spell. Let me... I do. Excellent. Alright, so we'll just say during one of these days I will prepare the bless spell.
Okay.
Would Tellus have any idea where he could find some holy water?
Oh, yeah. That shit's widely available in any of the holy areas, any religious places, any clerics. Yeah.
Excellent.
Alright.
Alright, then, yeah, I'd like to do that. I'd just like to get maybe like 2 water skins full or something like that.
Sure. You can see at first people being like, bitch, who's taking all the holy water? But then they see it's Tellus and they're like, nah, it ain't worth it. I ain't touching that. Let him take it. He's earned it.
Excellent.
Maybe that's what they drink, their kind.
That's what they drink. Oh my god.
Yeah, you gotta have a little bit of water deep.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I'm
just making these items here, actually.
Sure. As you return home, from gathering this holy water, you do notice inside your room, on the table next to your bed, one of those stars.
Another one?
Yep.
Oh. I'm not going to touch it. I just want to put my face to it and see if I can hear anything.
Make a perception check. As your giant Tellus face.
It's literally me, like, crouching down, like a little kid would, like, look at, like, a toy or something like that. Just, like, face, just, like, right there. But it's, like, my snout, kind of. So it's just, like...
Yep.
right there on the desk. Wow, a 3. So 13?
Not hearing anything.
Try to put my ear to it.
Give me a dex saving throw.
Oh my god, this is gonna be great. 5.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Tellus. As you put your ear to it, God, you just move and completely crush it with your face. Just shadows again.
I'm sorry, Melody! I don't keep meaning to do it, but it actually is kind of funny.
That's so on brand. Inside your room in tears. This is actually really funny. Like, I think you'd laugh at this.
Yes.
You hear, there is so much I wish to say, but never enough time. I have missed you. I never gave up hope. You can't either. You are finally here on the path of the fate. That's all you hear.
Oh my god. Well, that's good to know, I guess. What am I gonna keep doing with all these shards? I guess I'll just keep collecting them in this box. Yep. It's just like, oh man.
A lot of broken dreams in here. Let's keep going.
Yep.
All right, what are you doing with your holy waters now? Did you come back out with your freaking canters of holy waters after like side of your face still has like sparkles on it? It's like glitter.
Yep. I'd like to bless the. I'd like to take the holy water and cast bless on the ring.
All right. What is this?
Oh, I guess it says I can. Oh, well, here's the thing. It says bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. Would you let me bless a ring?
In this case, yes. You give me a religion check.
Okay. 29. Good lord.
I think you can figure it out.
Okay.
Tellus has the ability to bestow blessings of halal onto objects, especially that are directly connected to.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like I think it's pretty. Got it. All right. Well, I feel like I kind of wasted my time making this ring. So if that was your idea of a prank, Melody, I appreciate it. That's pretty good. But now I have this holy ring in remembrance of you. So I hope to never lose it. I'll put it on my wedding ring finger.
Nice. As Tellus slides it on, you feel pretty proud of yourself. You made it fucking cool.
Yeah.
I don't care if I feel like a fucking asshole. This is
Looks over at the box. Oh no.
This is a very familiar feeling. I have no memories really of this, but this feels like I've had this feeling a lot in my life. This feels like a comfort zone to me.
Yep. Definitely been here before.
What else would you like to do?
Man. Jeez. That was a lot. I'd like to contact Tara, actually.
Sure.
I don't think I have a way to get to her without you, Ignatius.
Nope. You can save that for when everyone's together because we're running through.
Yeah.
You can contact her now, but the entire group will be running through all the trials to get your bonuses with Ignatius in the Storm Temple, where she
Gotcha.
is.
Right. Hello, Tara. It's me, Tellus. Do you have any way of reaching Waterdeep? I'd like to talk to you.
Hi, Tellus. I'm afraid I don't have the strength, but Dessa does. She can take us back and forth as needed. Is it urgent?
I don't know if I would say it's urgent, but it's important.
Okay. I will be there soon. Give me some days.
Very well. I think in between those days, I would probably be meditating on all of those memories, and I think Tellus would even endeavor to start a memory journal.
Absolutely. When you go to the
And
store,
this would be the first entry.
you can cost you about a silver to get a journal, and then another silver.
Oh no! I don't have the money.
What a change of tune. I'm rich!
Yep.
I'm rich, bitch!
Yep.
Total, I don't know about that. To like, I don't give a fuck! I don't give a fuck!
Yep.
So you're able to do that for a few silver to get the ink, the pen, the paper for it all. You make your journal entries on the first night recounting these memories. When you wake up on the second day after contacting Tara, you see another glass star on your nightstand.
I'll pick it up.
Okay.
Do I hear anything?
Nope.
Are these things meant to be broken? I'm gonna try to save this one anyway.
Okay.
No, I'll drop it.
You drop it?
I'm gonna smash it.
Okay, you smash it. As it smashes, you sit there in silence for a few seconds, and you're like,
Hope I didn't mess this one up.
And then you hear, after you left, things were hard. The world was never the same. I became desperate and looked into magic we fought against those many years ago. I am a bit embarrassed or ashamed of what I had to do to survive.
I'd definitely be taking notes of this.
Yeah, definitely. I will send you the text.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd definitely be writing this down in my journal.
Sublime, 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 sublime. Sublime, sublime, subloof. Get this annoying notification away from my fucking face. Thank you. Driving me nuts. Okay.
Do you have dates for when these would be occurring? Or is that too
Do I have what?
detailed? Dates for when these would be occurring? Or is that too detailed for you? If it is,
Not during this section.
okay, that's fine.
You can place it how you want. We can discuss it. It basically, this peacetime works in a world that says everything occurs in a way that doesn't break the chronology. It doesn't. Nothing contradicts each other in the timelines here. That's just how the dates are working.
What time of the year is it?
It is closing in on the end of summer for Waterdeep because it's becoming summer for the North by the time the next tribunal hits. When you guys were fighting the wolf pack, the final wolf pack, it was starting to melt. You were hitting spring at that point. So the next months would be spring into summer for the next one, and then Waterdeep will slowly be going into wintertime.
And what is the year?
That I can give you. I believe
It's literally just for journaling purposes.
Yeah. I believe. Oh.
And I will probably send this to you when this campaign ends so that you can have it as a fun little
Thank you.
thing.
That's Starlight.
Oh, I should do this in OneNote instead, so if I'm at my girlfriend's house, I can still write on it.
Good idea. We're back. It's so close. I believe it's still 6741, but by the second tribunal, it's the next year. It's 6742. By the time you get to the tribunal, I think it's exactly the next year when the tribunal ends up at. Oh no, it's a couple days early actually. So no, it's 6741 is the year that this is occurring. Long year, real long year. I gotta update my timeline on that other computer, but it's one of those things when you're keeping track.
6741.
Yep, 6741.
Okay.
Anything else before Tara comes?
I think that's about it.
All right.
Sorry, I'm trying to copy and paste all this freaking info.
That's fine. It's good. I think it's a good idea for a character that has memory issues. Tara comes to you quietly on the fourth day. She meets you inside your mansion on the second floor. She appears to be waiting in one of the hallways as you guys exit your rooms to talk to you, so she doesn't stir anybody up that's down in the bar area, and she's patiently waiting for you. Does not seem to be in any rush. Her armor does have the Star of Halal on it now. It's been embedded, and you can see she has a much more cheerful and less broken demeanor to her in her features. She does not have her Valkyrie helmet on, but the rest of the armor is not there. It looks like all of it's still being worked on, but coming into the water deep to come see you, it's almost like she was unwilling to part with the new plate armor that has been given to her.
Hello, Tara. You're looking better than ever.
Hi, Tellus. Feeling better. Feeling a little better day by day.
Glad to hear it. So, there's much I'd like to talk to you about.
Okay.
And I think I'd like to start with this memory. And I'll relay the crazy memory I just had to her.
You guys can go into a shared space on the second floor of the mansion to sit down and talk by one of your fireplaces. Which memory are you sharing?
The one you just gave me.
The big one?
The big one with Halal, yeah.
Yeah. She takes that all step by step, stride by stride, and you can see her looking to you. Whoa. I don't understand. I don't have any memories of such a thing. It feels so hazy when I try to think of anything before my time in Skoberheim.
I, too, experienced similar situations when trying to remember my past. There's really not anything there. But it does come back to me here and there through Halal. I wanted to see if you were experiencing a similar situation.
Well, I've been trying to pray to her, and I haven't succeeded in connecting with her thus far, but I do feel like it feels right. Everything feels right.
Try praying with this ring. And I'll take it off and let her hold it.
Okay. Give me a religion check.
19.
19. You see her struggling, and you can feel like there's almost a breakthrough, and it just fades from the prayer she was sending off to Halal. As she opens her hand and gives you back the ring, she looks and is like, that's a beautiful ring you have there. I didn't hear from her, but maybe my message got through. Maybe she can help guide me.
Yes. I certainly hope that it got through. Alright, well, it seems we both have some memory issues, so I'll try to expand upon more that I know. It may help you, it may not help you, but I believe you deserve to know if it's about you.
I appreciate that, Tellus.
Yes. Would you like me to continue?
Certainly, I'm all ears for learning.
Right, so there was another memory, and I guess let me back up. I'd like to relate to her the situation with the madness and kind of like what I've been trying to do and how Halal helped me overcome it when it was afflicting me. I guess, and I guess I just want her to understand that that's the situation that's happening, that I'm trying to follow this path. I'll let her know about the ice shards and Melody, and kind of just give her like a real history of like everything that I know from Orlith, Melody, Deldrick, I should say, and just kind of piecing everything together for her so that she understands like the context of what I've done, who I am, etc.
Okay. Give me a charisma check.
18.
You're able to communicate it with relative ease. Some parts are a little hard here or there, but she very much learns who Tellus is and your journey, and she tries to see how she fits into all this, as that memory seems so strange and is nagging the both of you, for certain.
Yes. I think the biggest mystery to unsolve now is understanding my true purpose here, what that path means, and I think that the start of that is trying to find some sort of cure to this madness.
She nods. You notice it now that it hits your lap. After this entire conversation, you were going through so many emotional things and recalling so much. You now feel the drop of water hit your leg.
I look down.
It appears to be blood.
Mine?
You look up and you see the Valkyrie's nose is bleeding, and you can see like blood has come straight down her nose, and she hasn't noticed.
Tara, there's something with your nose.
She puts her hand, she's like, oh. She goes and grabs anything she can. She has to get up and go find a towel from one of the bathroom areas, and she just starts wiping it down. And, you know, some of it's even like gotten hard, so she's like getting it out there and a little bit like spit and just like wiping it off type of deal. She's like, I apologize. That's so embarrassing. I didn't even feel that. That was just weird. Very strange. My apologies, Tellus. You can continue.
Does she seem okay?
Little less energetic than before, but I mean, it's not like she's.
It's been an emotional, yeah.
Yeah.
Strange. Is it unheard of for Valkyries to just like really suffer outside of combat?
Give me a history check. Okay. And you could even try religion.
Dirty 20 on the history, oddly enough. I can roll religion if you want.
Yeah, do that too.
I only got a 15 on that, so.
I'd say with the 2 scores, you've never heard of a Valkyrie being hurt in any other context. Doesn't mean maybe you just haven't heard of it, but outside of those contexts, not normal for Valkyries to get disease or bleed or anything like that.
File that in the archives there. Right. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking, and I suppose I don't really know where you fit in right now, but I would say keep praying. Halal is very weak now, and I'm sure there are many things left to unfold, and hopefully some more memories will come to you. But I appreciate you coming out. I just wanted to connect with you, and I guess forge a relationship, because I think we are destined to be intertwined in some way.
I believe so, Tellus. I appreciate you reaching out, and this was wonderful to learn more. If I find out anything, I will let you know. It is strange
Certainly.
to meet as strangers, but I am happy to know that we get to meet again.
Yes.
With that, Terra parts ways with you, and her and Dessa return to the Stormforge.
Excellent.
At the end of the night, you do find yet another crystal by your bedside.
I'll take it off my nightstand
Mm-hmm.
and hold it up above my head
Mm-hmm.
and just look at it.
It twinkles with the full moon in the background. It's beautiful. It's ice-shaped. It resembles whatever angle you move it. You could like draw the symbol of halal if you wanted to. It's kind of part of the trick of it.
That's really cool.
So it's whatever angle that you can always find a symbol of halal on it.
Very cool. Thing of beauty, you Melody. Always beautiful. And I'll just set it back down on my nightstand and try to just take like one of the shards off. I just want to see like one of the like pointy star bits.
Yeah.
I want to see what happens if I do that.
When you take it off, it crushes in your fingers, not the whole thing, but just the star piece, and you hear. But it was the Raven Queen who gave me what I desired, Tellus. She let me live long enough to find you again, though my eyes did not believe it when I did see you. I thought it must have been but a cruel, cruel prank. A punishment for what I had done. Sublime. Sublime.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Am I getting these shards on any kind of like frequent basis, like a regular occurrence, or is it just kind of like random? They just show up.
Yeah, give me an intelligence check.
15.
It seems so erratic that it's definitely not a pattern. It really feels like just whenever somebody could send a letter in the mail.
That's cute.
When it's possible, it gets sent.
That's really cute. And it just goes to me no matter what.
Who knows?
Curious to see how this works with travel.
We'll have to see.
Yes, we shall. Interesting. Is it still intact at the start?
Yeah, the rest of it's pretty much there, yeah.
What happens if I take another whole thing off?
Breaks a little more.
Okay. Nothing happens though?
Nope.
Okay, so basically every time it breaks a little bit, it delivers the message.
It would appear that way.
It's what I know so far.
It would appear that way. But you don't know all the orphans you kill every time you destroy one.
Oh my god, no!
Why is your DM such a cock?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I come back every week. It's exciting.
So fun, but so cockish. God.
It's like I enjoy it. It's sick.
I'm gonna see what happens if I stab it with a scimitar.
Okay. It shatters. You don't have anything more.
Okay. Sheath it and go to bed.
Put it in your fucking box of shit.
So I'm gonna need more boxes.
It's slowly just becoming powder at this point.
Yeah.
Very glittery, refined powder.
I wonder if I could sell this.
Anything else you would like to do?
I'd actually like to cast Detect Magic to see if there's any magical properties to the powder.
Sure. I'm reading the Schools of Magic. Give me a second.
Sure. Can we change this music?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's not bad, but I don't know if it fits the mood anymore. Sadder music. Oh,
that's when you remembered all the children with cancer.
Slaughtering children like Anakin. Memory.
Transmutation is a school of magic.
Okay.
That's what you can get out of it.
But the powder is magical in nature.
It has aspects to it. Yeah. You can tell that transmutation magic was on it. The powder is magical in some nature.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't necessarily mean it's useful.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah, sure. Should be.
Right. So, armed with a lot of knowledge,
Yes.
I would like to. Well, my objective here is that I would certainly like to craft the spell, or at least attempt to craft the spell that works.
Oh yeah, shit, we still have to do that.
Yes.
I have that in my notes. So over the 5 months, I need you to make checks for me. That was what we were supposed to be doing.
Yeah, ended up getting tragic backstory.
Yeah, with 31, man. What are you gonna do? Tellus. Medicine check! Go! Uh-oh, he's frozen. There we go.
You were frozen.
You're frozen. How dare you? Medicine check.
7.
Fucking nowhere. Month 2, medicine check.
15.
Nope. Month 3, medicine check.
Oh, Tellus. Now we need a breakthrough. I'm still gonna roll my inspiration, even though it's a good roll. 22.
A breakthrough.
Yes.
Your first breakthrough in your many months of studying. By the end of the 3rd month, you find that you potentially have the right arrangement of runes, as Blackstaff has been working with you diligently now that things have been going. We're many months in. She's starting to get her schedule balanced. She's been educating you similar to how she was educating Tyrion in the structure of creating magical spells, how Arcana works, and giving you a lot of that backstory. It took a lot of months for that to sink in. And finally, you start to put together an equation that it doesn't work, but the idea is potentially there for something that isn't a poison, isn't a disease, that may be able to cure this this madness.
Okay.
Month 4, give me a medicine check.
All right, Tellus. Breakthrough time again. Here we go. 18.
Nope. Month 5, last check.
Let me roll my d10. Oops. That's... Whoa. Hold on. I clicked on it too many times. It freaked the freak out. 15. Nothing great.
You are back to a plateau as you and Blackstaff can't figure out the correct alchemical arrangements of arcane symbols to get to the next breakthrough and trying to not only prevent the madness with this spell, but fix it. Right now, it's in this area that, like, sort of helps a little bit, but doesn't really, and it does more harm to the individual than it actually cures the individual. So
fair enough.
That is where you are with one successful breakthrough on it so far.
My medicine check is +2, so
it's gonna be good, bud.
Yeah, I was like, it is what it is.
Guy for the job, but you're gonna try.
Yep, sure as hell gonna try.
Eve would definitely help out with her +17 medicine check.
No shit. Yeah.
Anything else you would like to do in the remaining time that you've spent? You don't have to. I'm just giving you this option since we're here. Anything else inside our journey during your downtime in the 5 months?
Yeah, I'd like to talk to Raleigh at some point, if that's even possible.
Yeah, message Luke. Where is Luke? There he is. Hey, are you around? Tellus wants to talk to Ralia for his side quest. No P if you are not.
He is curious about the relationship the Raven Queen might have with her subjects, and what kind of, I guess, barriers there are between souls and... Oh, never mind, she's here.
Hello.
Hello, Ralia. Thank you for joining me on short notice. I would probably take her out to dinner because she's so refined. So I've been receiving these. You know what? Never mind. I'm curious to know what kind of relationship the Raven Queen has with her, I guess, subjects, souls, something of that nature. What kind of, yeah, I guess we'll start there.
You mean that she would take the souls when you die, or what do you mean?
Yes. I mean, where do the souls go after a person dies?
Well, I suppose we do not truly know. I mean, the Raven Queen protects us. She ushers us into safety. That is really all I have.
Right. Okay. That's fine. Have you ever heard of... I mean, there's magic out there that allows you to speak with a soul before it enters its final resting place, yes?
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Okay. Alright. I'm just trying to understand the set phenomena that's happening to me, and That's all I'll say about that.
Is there a specific soul you wish to speak to?
Maybe.
This can be
but-
post, by the way, post tribunal too, timeline wise, because you would be in town to see Ralia as well, just for the sake of
Right.
letting you know that, so you have that freedom if you want.
Maybe. I think if I offer you a memory of someone, would that be possible?
Many things are possible. Try.
Okay. I'll try to focus on the just a random memory of Melody as just, you know, on like a good day, her just kind of hanging out with me, laughing, dancing, etc. And then I also want to try to focus on the memory of Orlith and the ending.
Okay. I'll say while focusing on these,
Ralia will cast Detect Thoughts. And
go for it. Ralia cast Detect Thoughts. I have.
I assume you will not resist.
Nope.
Do not resist. I am saving you.
Oh, right. If you can find anything else, that'd be great.
One moment. Okay, while you're focusing on this, Tellus, you actually have another memory come to you.
What in the world?
Yeah.
Okay.
You find yourself as you were adventuring with your uncle. There was like a part of you still missing as he was taking you through a multitude of adventures that are still hazy to you at this point. But you do recall just disappearing for a week, trying to get back to your roots. You began finding a town, and you absolutely were terrorizing them with pranks. It filled both you and the locals with absolute joy because these were all followers of Halal as well. You recall a much more happier section of the faith that seemed to be a lot more about the joy of laughter, the hopefulness of playing harmful pranks on one another. There's a lot more of this opposite side to the goddess of Ice's faith that you don't see typically. This
It's
all
just
was good until
the Fire Nation attacked the Ice Nation, and we all melted.
no.
I hate it when that happens.
Right? And that's how the Water Tribes were born. Wait.
Everything was going really well until one of your own tricks backfired on you, and you lost the loot your mother had given you to this annoying elf girl. Tracking her down, you found her trying to run away from you to try and pawn it off, and you're like, no, I need that, and she's just like, nope. And you guys ended up coming to a standoff by one of the local fountains, and she threatened to throw it into the fountain to ruin the loot. As you were about to make your move, and with your newfound teaching from your uncle and all the spells you have ready at your arsenal, you began to fling a spell when you were knocked on your ass by a spell you didn't understand. And she begins cackling and pointing and laughing at you, Tullius, as with the loot in hand, and all these other people are steering clear of this scene, not wanting to get involved as they believe a magical duel is going on. And as you begin to like sit up and you see her laughing hysterically at how you have fallen down in the situation, you begin laughing, and the two of you just are cackling like morons in the middle of this town. And that was the first time you learned Melody's name.
That's a cute memory.
Yeah, well, you were thinking about her, and that's what came to you as one of the happy memories of her.
Did I witness all of that?
Yeah, you did. He
Thanks,
doesn't have
DM.
control of this. This is like a boner.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just-
no! Why are you like this? It's a
not just a
cartoon.
boner. It's always the boner that comes where it's like the biggest one in front of the classroom when
Yes.
you give a presentation. It's
Yep.
always that one. It's
Yep.
never any of the other ones.
100%. It's always you. Do you have something you would like to tell the class? No! I just want to go home.
Yep. Every time.
So you do witness that. You see like the initial happy memory, and then you're pulled into this entire memory. So even to you, Ralia, it's super jarring, especially with someone who's familiar with memories. It's like this whole feeling is almost like an adrenaline rush for you of like remembering a memory. It's something that isn't too common to you, especially because you deal more with erasing and recalling memories, not so much like finding a new memory or the creation of a memory as it happens. And it's just like a whole new just experience to add to your arsenal of memory magic. And then you also remember the last moments with Orlith as her and Tullius exchanged a few words before she ended up passing on and leaving a bunch of flowers in her wake where she once was. So,
Well, that was quite vivid. Does that always happen to you?
Yes, that is the reality I live. Come and go. And I try my best to just stay happy in the present. Because most of the time, I don't get the happy ones. I get the sad ones.
Yes. Well, that is unfortunate. Maybe in some years' time I can help you find those happy ones.
I would very much appreciate that.
What is it that you wish to ask this Melody?
I'm not sure I have a distinct question in mind, really. I think just like a one-on-one with her. I suppose if I were to ask one question, I'd like to ask what kind of magic and things she learned while I was gone.
Yes, well, I can communicate with the Raven Queen and ask if she might have her. What would Ralia know of? Does she know of anything about, the Raven Queen's chosen people? Like, what Orlith may have been?
give a religion check for me, bucko. You guys are about to have a whole bunch of religion checks. In my
I'll
mind, I'm
do
like,
all
get
of
the
them. I
Ouija
have a plus
board
10.
ready.
I have a plus 11, oddly enough.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm saying. This is why it's going to be like two Ouija board crazy people, man.
Yep.
You guys are going to be making some religion rolls here.
22.
Yeah, the Raven Queen has many different sects, and there's a hierarchy of it. Sex as an S-E-C-T.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sectors.
Yes. It is what Orlith was, which you didn't get to fight and you only heard about, was possibly part of the Reapers, which is one of the highest end of trust for the Raven Queen. You don't get higher than the Reapers because she's delegating basically her divine power to others to do. To a degree, it's not all of it, but it's a portion of the reaping section. And if Orlith had that type of power, it must have been immense and given over years and years of trust. And to break such of that trust is bad news bears with the Raven Queen. It is basically unredeemable in the eyes of the Raven Queen.
Okay. Well, I do not know what she did, but surely it was not good. I can commune with the Raven Queen and ask what has become of her now, if that is what you want.
Yeah, I think that would be a satisfactory answer.
Very well. I will cast commune.
Yep. You feel yourself, and like the crows come around you, but you guys are indoors eating. So instead, you can hear them outside cawing as all the people inside the tavern, depending on wherever you guys are eating. If it is in Nature's Hold after the meeting, then it would be more inside one of the dining halls. If it is in Waterdeep, then it would be more one of the more tavernous. If it's the north, if you went to visit Raleigh at her home, it would be more or less more quaint, and it would be more Jinzhao tavern type place, but it'd be more intimate in that setting.
Probably as quaint as possible.
All right, so probably in Jingzhou then. Meeting her back at her home, or potentially even in her home, as she has dining.
Yeah,
room
we could even
floor.
be at Raleigh's Tower.
Yeah, that'd probably make more sense there. So at Raleigh's Tower, you feel yourself go into that state where you're inside the castle of the Raven Queen, inside the Shadowfell and the other dimensions that she presides over. And inside here, you find yourself in the same meditative form in front of that fountain that you've seen prior, that has a all this green liquid inside it, and typically different statues present themselves, one of which is just different ravens. You can see coming out of their mouths is the green liquid going into the pool. Then there's like a staircase around it that goes up to one of the many thrones of the Raven Queen in front of you, and there are statues, or not statues, stained glass of the Raven Queen inside more of her adult years in this particular apparition and vision of where you are inside this temple of the Raven Queen as you attempt to commune with her.
The one called Melody, or perhaps later Orlith. Do you have her?
You see the water speed up on the fountain in front of you, and you get the sense that there's a little bit of an apprehension at first to the mention of the name, but then a warmth passes through you to indicate yes.
Okay. I do not know what she did to gain the status of Reaper, but did she wrong you directly to become so evil, so to speak? Or was it, yes, I guess was it you directly? Was it something that you disagreed with, rather than, I don't know, perhaps using it for her own gain?
You get the feeling as the crows like grow loud inside this chamber, and you can feel this anger. It's communicated through like the smell in the air, the rate of the water, the lighting inside here as color starts to come. Normally, some of these places are almost devoid of color or grayscale. Through this imagery and these feelings, the Raven Queen conveys to you that Orlith broke a promise, and you don't break promises to the Raven Queen. That's not okay.
And is it possible to communicate with this entity? Or I guess if that is not possible, I suppose that is the only question I can ask at this point. Is it possible for me to communicate with her?
you feel everything go cold and slow down as you get the sense that it is not possible, that she won't permit it. And she even shows you in the water a vision of where Orlith currently is. And you can see here deep, deep within what looks to be these like endless minds of all these different people in there serving out all sorts of different life sentences. It seems to be a place where those who break their promises to the Raven Queen go. You can actually see her chained up, sitting in a chair, watching over an individual right now that is currently, like, how do I put this? Currently being eaten alive by rodents. You can see her face is utterly bored, completely annoyed, and it's hard to tell, but give me a history check.
$20.
Even though the face is pretty well eaten, it does resemble that of Escott Grandier. As she seems to be just having a conversation with them.
That is hilarious.
Well, it seems that cannot communicate with her, nor I, for that matter. I assure you that if there is information that you need, the Raven Queen may provide. If this Melody truly was a champion of the Raven Queen at some point, the Raven Queen will know all that she had done, at least all good that she had done up to that point. So if that is a kind of question, that is something I can communicate and ask later. If you don't mind, I can just show you.
Yeah, that would be welcome.
Put my hand on his snout because his head's enormous. And I will cast Modify Memory, and I'm just going to change the memory from his perspective. So instead of me going, it's like he went and saw everything.
Nice.
Yep. So you see all that, and you get a nice look into that world.
How did you change so much?
You see it too. She doesn't have her armor too, by the way, for the description of this. Like both them, it's weird seeing both them without any armor and basically like Skyrim slave clothes, you know, where it's like the sack and just, but it's all super modest, and the clothing they wear is white. It's pure white. Everything. So she's just sitting there. She can't get up from her chair, and she just seems to be talking to Escott, and Escott just, sickly enough, as he's being like eaten alive, there's still like a little bit of a smirk on his face. He's still like, I'll endure it. I'll find a way out. I got.
Oh my god, this fool.
He's like, I haven't given up yet.
Oh well, he just got down there, so I mean, there's plenty of time for him to feel differently for eternity.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a special place in hell for those who piss off the Raven Queen.
Yeah. Very much. Thank you so much, Ralia.
Yes.
You are literally the only person I know that could do something like this. So
I am literally probably the only person who can do this. I will say I do not know much of the realms of punishment of the Raven Queen, but Escott Grandier sold himself to undeath. I do not know what chamber this is that they reside in, but I fear that she may have done the same.
Give me a religion check real quick. I can help you out.
Both of us, or just her?
Just him. Just Alia.
21.
I would also add that you knew he sold his soul to multiple demons.
Right.
Masters of Hell for the powers. So this is probably the first of many sentences he's serving out. he pissed off the Raven Queen first, and he still has everybody else to go through after this.
Oh no!
Now, where Melody is, she isn't being tortured, so it's not as clear what her role is and how bad her punishment is down there.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem as extreme as Escott the fuck up.
But yeah, but Escott really
he did.
They're gonna send him to the Doom guy.
That's the final life.
Eternal bludgeoning.
Yep. What? You have to deal with him now, Ascot. No, I'll take anything else. Nope, that's your punishment. No, I will literally take anything else. Just eternal death is better.
Can you get the rats again, please? Rats.
You see the guy just there, just like, all right, we've been through this 1,000,000+ times. Evil! Oh, fuck, no, seriously. No, I will smite thee! No, please, let's... Oh, it just crushes him again. You see him, like, a day later. He picks up. Oh, God. Evil! No, wait. I will smite thee! Crack.
Every day.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
You see him crawling on the stand, not even trying to talk to him. Just throw some sand in his eyes. Go! I have blind sight! Fuck! Yeah.
The greatest lore.
This is for you guys, yep.
Well, at least she wasn't being tortured. That's hopeful.
Yes, I mean, I can't get you any more information directly from her, at least. But I can ask the Raven Queen if you have any specific question. But
I don't have anything for now.
yes,
if you have your own curiosity, then go for it. But I'm alright.
Well, I have been practicing my memory magic, and I think soon enough I should be able to delve into your mind. Really delve into your mind.
Ooh.
And surface anything that you may have had at any time.
That sounds like a spell.
Barring any divine magics, technically.
I very much fear that it is all covered by divine magics.
Yes, I would expect so, but I have divine magics of my own on my side, so perhaps we can break through that.
Yes, I have no idea how my deity would feel about that, so I guess we'll see what happens when it happens.
Yes, well, either way, I wish you the best.
Thank you.
If you have more questions, do not forget to ask.
You got it.
It is quite interesting to me as well that a Reaper would be so placed in the same spot as Escott, even though there is seemingly no direct punishment. Just to be there is punishment enough.
Yes, I mean, the same level as Escott Grandier is... that's like pure evil, right?
That is what I would say.
Well, that's part of my past, so I guess maybe I'm evil. Who knows?
I doubt that, but
who knows?
Tellus BBEG incoming.
Probably cast a center grade on.
Tellus cast DM bullshit plot armor. Give me that stat block, boy!
The new Tellus stat block.
Here you go. Here's the horse shit.
Plus 20 to everything, huh?
I like the part where you don't die.
My AC is 40.
You asked for this! All right. Do you have anything else for Aurelia? So Luke can go continue with his evening.
That's all I have for Aurelia.
Dude, awesome. Thanks so much for coming, Luke. That was awesome.
Yeah, no, I wasn't really doing anything, so it's
awesome.
You spiced up the side quest. Appreciate it.
Tell you, don't go into the basement.
Okay.
Just don't.
Okay. I mean, it's your house. I'm not going to trespass. I would certainly never do something like that.
At that moment, you can hear the trap door that leads into here that's like under a rug. You can hear it's like, ah, what? Oh, she locked it again. Probably busy doing girl things. You can hear like the footsteps going down the ladder.
Okay.
And then you just start learning arcane lock.
I love it.
That's
All right,
awesome.
I'll let you guys finish up your one-on-one.
Yeah, it's
Let
the
me know
last
how it
one.
goes.
You got it.
It is an interesting one to say the least, Luke. He got a 31 on a religion check. So, shit happened.
That is big.
Yeah.
It was massive, let me tell you. We almost forgot about what we were actually supposed to do.
We literally did. We went like 2 hours doing whatever the else. And then it's like, oh, yeah, you wanted to do make some rolls, fuck boy. Come on.
Yep.
That's pretty funny.
That's good. So, soon enough. We'll talk
All right.
about that.
I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Right.
All right. So Hunter actually said he was give me 10 minutes at 8:47 heading out now. So he might actually be here to talk with Ari.
Wow. That's wild. If that happens, cool.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Honestly, I think I covered everything. I tried to get some stuff sorted out with the spell. Didn't pan out the way I hoped it would. That's okay. Maybe my research can go on to someone else. I don't know. But I think that's about it. Maybe that's something I'll bring up next session. Maybe that's something I would. I'll cast sending to Eve and see if she can help crack the code.
Sure.
Hello, Eve. We've made some progress on the spell, but we've reached a plateau, and I'm hoping maybe your insight could help alleviate.
Tellus, good to see you. Hear from you. I would be delighted to help you. I'll take a look if you've made progress. Oh shit, he is here.
That is awesome.
I didn't want to feel bad, dude. You're working and everything, so it's like I don't want to push this. We're about to head off. I don't want you to be like, I gotta fucking get here, and then it's like, no, dude, you worked a hard day. You do you, man.
Yep.
Bruh, I want to play D&D at all times.
Oh,
Well,
let me tell you,
today,
we just had Ralia on for something. Yep. This has been the craziest of the side quests. I'm shocked, and it all happened because he scored a stupid high 31 religion check. We got derailed for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, because we're like, oh yeah, that other thing you were supposed to do. Yeah, let's get back to that. I think I actually prepared.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you're in town. We'll say this is still before. It could be
before the tribunal.
Yeah, actually, it could be after. It depends. This could work.
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
maybe it makes more sense for after, but it doesn't really matter.
I think it does make sense after, now that more madness shit has gone down. So I think it makes sense that now you're in town afterwards, and this could in fact cause the you to join this group on the next mission as you get some time with Ari to discuss things.
Got it. Right.
So Ari, you and Tellus are inside your castle inside Jingzhou right now, unless you guys want to go anywhere else, by your fire. Technically, you guys just finished a very traumatic couple days. He comes in a little bit after that, after you deal with the final Wolfpack leader and bury him.
Oh, jeez.
For context, he comes in after that, and most people aren't aware of the significance of it, but word has now gotten out that the final Wolfpack leader has been killed by the Chosen. And but that's whatever. You guys are chilling inside the house right now in front of a fireplace.
Hello there, Mr. Gilfrey. How are you?
Hello, dinosaur man.
I am probably not a dinosaur. I have checked.
How dare you?
I know you just when we were in the jungles of Yongguk, we saw things that like were kind of like you, but not quite, and that's the closest representation I have.
Yeah, the closest thing I've ever seen is Ragnarum, so...
I mean, yeah, that too. But I feel like it'd be a little bit dickish to call you Ragnorum, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's either that or a Deldrick dude, and the shock of him still being around and alive is pretty real.
Nope.
Anyway.
Yeah, you said he's like your uncle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. And, oh shit, I would have the knowledge of this now.
Yeah.
He has the madness.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, you're probably interested in talking to him, and, well, I suppose I have to see him regardless of his state. But what I actually wanted to ask you was about an experience I had. So, when we were trying to fight off Ragnorum, he actually tried to give me madness, and I had an experience that was unlike other people. I spoke with Eve. She said she was transported into a dreamlike state, and was fighting, and you guys had helped her out. But for me, I actually had a conversation with some these weird bone creatures, and she had mentioned that you had had a similar experience, so I wanted to, I guess, compare notes.
Yeah, in a sense, there was definitely a different experience for me than most of the cases I've run into.
Right.
When you say bone creatures, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, describe them.
They were, as far as I can remember, they were large, on all fours, kind of beast-like, I suppose, and I believe they were just bony, and they sent chills all up my body, in particular up my arm, where it actually kind of felt numb as the madness was going up, and I'll try to show where it was and how it's really faded.
Yeah, so he once had markings of madness on him. You can tell it's very faded, and it looks almost white instead of the normal purple-black that you're used to. It is very faded, though. It almost looks like a white scar, not like your detailed white or like black and purple lines that you have on most people's bodies.
Is it any similarity to the alternate reality area that I saw in the cavern beneath? Where was that?
That was the Storm Giants, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
Interesting.
I am Airy.
Dude, see, that bitch have been playing the character the whole time!
And wait, was the mirror room with the Storm Giants as well?
Which one's that?
There was the mirror room where we had to redirect the energy beam, the electrical beams.
The light?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
That was
Yeah.
the same thing. Yep. The wall was at the back, and the lights you were redirecting, I'm pretty sure was opening up the idols that were inside there. That was all part of one puzzle.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
During the Storm Giants. Yep.
So, what led to your markings turning into this?
Divine intervention. It was the ice goddess Halal. referring to the star.
Interesting.
Yes, if I recall, they were speaking to me, trying to pull me in different directions. And I don't even remember if I resisted their call or not, but I do know they were. It was like a siren song, kind of.
Okay.
Next thing I knew, I saw light, I believe, and there was another voice pulling in the other direction, and that was my goddess. I think that's all I can remember. But yeah, I just don't know what to make of it, and I believe you're more of an expert on madness than I am.
I mean, my experience was similar and different. It started out with kind of a memory rather than kind of diving into that weird pitch black.
Yeah.
I had an odd memory that played out differently than I recalled, and then these bone creatures again, kind of creepy, very angular, almost like they had a weird perpetual smile.
Yes, that is correct, yes.
They appeared and attacked me, and then I heard a voice that talked about being able to bring my brother back, who passed away long ago.
Interesting.
And then I was presented with a choice where I could choose either the creatures of bone or a white stag.
And which did you choose?
I chose the bone creatures.
Interesting. What do you think would have happened if you had chosen the stag?
Apparently, something similar to this. I point to your arm.
Ah,
Because when I was facing a strange puzzle, we found ourselves in a room filled with mirrors, and the mirrors didn't reflect ourselves, per se. They seemed to reflect different versions of ourselves.
okay.
And the one that was of me was the same personality, but instead of these dark black and purple symbols, they were all pure white.
So was it like one of those fun houses, like when you're at the carnival and you walk through and they show you the different, or was it like, was this real? Like,
Yes, because it's hard to describe. It's almost as if I was standing on the other side of a window rather than a mirror.
okay, so you could,
It was like a separate entity, and we did have a bit of brief conversation, actually.
oh,
As strange as that sounds.
so it was like looking at like another reality of yourself,
Yes.
and you believe that this self you were looking at was the stag version.
They told me so.
Oh, they told you so. Oh, that's great confirmation.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. If I recall, in some readings I've done recently from a good friend Eulyris, I believe it mentioned a white stag with the claws of Zahir. That is very intriguing.
I've been noticing that. I know the stag is the symbology of a few of the different gods, but Zahir is the one that most closely resembled the one I saw. So I have felt that some of the answers may lie with them.
Do we know any worshippers of Zahir?
Not really. I've actually been looking into that. There are few. At least those dedicated specifically. There are those that care of his ideologies or its ideologies. I don't know if it's what do you even really call a god? But those dedicated, like clerics, paladins, who truly know, are quite few and far between, and I've actually yet to find one. It's one of the things I've been trying to sort of track down, is somebody who might be able to point in the right direction. They seem to be a bit of an elusive group, similar to that Raven Queen.
I see. Well,
give me a religion check, Tellus.
27.
When did this happen? When did this start?
I have expertise. I got expertise in religion because of some bard stuff.
Bard shit.
Yeah.
Expertise.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, bards are kind of crazy.
It's coming up big for you.
Oh, yeah.
As the conversation starts to go into a lull and you're just sort of looking at Ari and you're like, Zahir.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Looking at the fireplace and you're like, You have a memory.
So many!
You've been a busy boy these past 5 months. What can I say?
I've had like 5 memories tonight, Ari. It's crazy.
You see Deldrick. Come on, Tellus, come on. Up we go. And you're going up these steps. And as you're going up these steps, you can see these how do I want to put this? Yeah, okay. So as you're going up these steps, it's in one of these this beautiful temple that is it looks to be on like the side of a cliffsea. And as you're going up there, he goes, "We have something special today for you, Tellus. You're gonna like this." And as you sit down in the first row, you can see that there's like a split right now on all these, what would be the pews at a church, all laid out. This basically, it's the same sort of area. Definitely looks like a ceremonial place. And you see on your left seems to be a whole section, and all these individuals have the symbology of a stag on their robes. And on your side, they all have the symbology of a star on all their robes. When you sit down, you can see a bunch of individuals, humans and drow alike, looking around and nodding to one another, excited to see. On the other side, you see lots of humans for the for Zahir's symbology, and a bunch of elves. And coming down the aisle, everybody starts to quiet down a bit. As you can see, an individual, this large figure, there's a immediate hush as it's to what you see is very much strange to you in this memory, but you see this like massive owl looking like creature as it comes down the middle of the aisle. it's bipedal, and it's got a big like owl face, and it has this beautiful robes all in white with the Star of Halal on her. And as she walks up to one of the podiums that's set up there, you hear this very strong radiant voice come out and say, "We are gathered here for a very special occasion. It has been millennia since the last time a new claw was formed, and today we award this honor to one of our proudest. Today we honor the Valkyrie of our faith, the Valkyrie that guides our hopes, Terra." As you see down the aisle in her full Valkyrie armor with the Star of Halal on it, you can see she has the Claw of Halal at her side with the star. And as she comes down the aisle, the ceremony proceeds, and they open up, from what you see, actually the Storm Valkyrie opens up the case, and you can see another sword of Halal with the star on it presented and given to Terra, who holds up the sword. And at that, there's like a bright light that just hits the sun, that hits the sword, that glares in everyone's eyes as this warmth comes over everybody. And that then brings you back to that moment again, right before you went into the portal, where you saw Terra with two swords of Halal as she was cutting into the creatures and looking up at the giant Madness Terras that you saw from that memory.
Oh, man. Right. That's crazy.
Well, you've been mentioning these things would probably come up.
Harry, I've just been struck by a memory. That's this thing that happens with me. It just comes and goes, ebbs and flows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look, if you want more, just talk to Ralia. I don't have the heart to go through it right now. So, I just had a flashback to a great coronation, kind of great celebration. I'm not sure coronation's really the right word. It was less of a whatever. You get my point. It was a ceremony for the forging of a new claw of Zahir, and that claw was forged for the Valkyrie known as Terra. And you may remember her. I've actually spoken with her over the past few months to reacclimate her with my knowledge of what I know and the situation with madness, etc. So I think there's something there. I don't know where that claw may be located, and there was also a creature I have not seen before. It was it bigger than me?
Oh yeah, this motherfucker.
Like, how big?
We're talking like 8 feet. 8-9 feet.
Okay.
And it's wide. It's got this big fucking owl face and these yep, that's all. Yep.
Okay. It had this big owl face and massive. I mean, at least 9 feet tall, and it huge wings and whatnot. But it was bipedal, and it was talking, and it was announcing the celebration of this claw being formed, and it was something that had not happened in a millennia, or at least a millennia, it seemed. So I know not what this means. I also, it was a large religious gathering, and on one side there were folks who had the symbol of Zahir, and then on the other side the symbol of Halal. So I think that may have been what triggered it, was Zahir. So the two are linked in some way. I know not how.
Well, then maybe we'll find out some more as we travel north and find out more about this Halal character.
Yes, I hope that's the case. I'm far more excited to journey with you now than I was prior. Even if you can't. I mean, well, whatever. We'll work on your humor, but, you know, that's a fun thing. That's the fun part of travel. Although, you know, we have mages, so we usually just teleport places now these days, don't we? Kind of miss the old cart and carriage, you know?
I don't think we can really Can we teleport to the Frozen Fortress?
Yeah, Ralia. Yep. Ralia's been there.
Oh yeah, she has been there.
She ruins everything.
Yep. Cheat codes.
Up, down, B, down, B. Don't give a fuck, teleport! I have this beautiful fuck your encounters.
Interesting.
Yes.
So, is there anything else that we would like to do or discuss before we bring this to an end as Tullius and Aerie are preparing for their journey north to the Frozen Fortress?
Nope.
Cool beans. Well, we got some interesting shit to pick up upon.
No kidding.
Things are spicy meatball.
No kidding.